Alright guys, we're getting those car week vibes. We're back at Laguna Seca here. I'm probably the only guy who brought a Prius to a Porsche event. We're here at the Red Sport reunion. It's like the Olympics of Porsches. They have it every 2 or 3 or 4 years. I don't really remember, but let's go grab our tickets and hop inside and see what this is all about, guys. Probably not the largest Porsche enthusiast, yet we're here at the largest Porsche event. I'm having a hard time differentiating all the models here. Maybe they are all the same models, who knows? But there is the general spectator lot. A lot of cool stuff awaits us. So we're gonna be meeting with Max, Showstoppin' Max, and Marcus, who is a Porsche connoisseur. So we're gonna be talking to them and having them point out all the tidbits and the interesting models out there in the spectator lot. So stay tuned. All right, we got Marcus's 164. They're all Hot Wheels, right?
Kyoso.
So, oh man. So you're gonna basically get the car out and put it in front of the real one,
yeah,
and get the photo.
Right.
That's dedication there. We got the Turbo Classic Series right over here. That was built in tribute to the exclusive series. This is a one-off right here, guys. Being auctioned off in Arizona next month. I don't know what I'm looking at, guys, so feel free to correct me in the comments below what that is. I'm here as an enthusiast to appreciate all forms and models of the Porsche brand here. So we're currently here at the 959 tent. There's currently around 13 959s all stacked up here. It's currently lunchtime is over, so they're taking some of the cars out on the track, so not bad. The orange one over there that you guys seen, one of my car week videos, this blue one right here and the green one have been completely rebuilt 959 SC off a original 959 chassis, built up from the ground up at Canapa. A lot of Montana plates here, a lot of dealership plates, and some of them don't even have plates at all, so go figure, right? All right, we're here at the cream of the crop, the Chopard. I think I'm mispronouncing that. The Chopard 70th anniversary Porsche tent. Every historically significant Porsche is under this particular tent right here. I'm not gonna do an extensive walkthrough of all the cars, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I do appreciate all forms and all brands of cars. Even if it's Porsche, a brand that I'm not too familiar or keen on, but we're out here at Laguna Seca doing this for you guys, baby. We got an RWB over there. Nice. A lot of people might not like the RWB style, but I do dig it. Look at that. Got the racing 935s. Check out the wheels on this one right here. Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. Oh, more recognizable combo, guys. We got the Yellowbird Porsche right here, the roof. And then we got the orange 918. Pretty good combo. We got a couple 917s. We got a 959 chassis right over there. But there's another 959. It's a white one right over here. Speaking of 917s, this one is the Le Mans winning 917 right over here. Nice. To my left and to my right, endless historical Porsches, all in chronological order from 1960 all the way to 2017. Here we go. We're gonna open up the case. So we got the matching GT1 right there. Ooh, Kyosho? Yeah. Nice. Hold on, zoom in. Hold on. That copy of the GT1 that we're seeing in front of us. 1985 962. We got the 1998 Le Mans winning Porsche GT1 right over here. And Marcus has the 1/64 scale Kyosho model. There it is. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in. Zoom in. That's pretty sick. Got everyone worked up in the frenzy here with the 919. It's the current record holder for the Nürburgring of all time. Let's try to get a closer look. And here we go. Porsche Scener 4-liter right here, but it's on the 1199 plates. But it's the gold edition, or the gold tier, the top tier if you want to donate to the 1199 Foundation. I forget exactly how much it costs, but it's a lot of money. Here we go, guys. We got a couple model cars, 143, 164, a couple 118s as well. Fun fact for you guys, I do not own a single 118 scale model Porsche in my entire collection. Should I start now? Probably not. According to Marcus, this Turbo S right here effspot of Rennsport Reunion. This is the sixth one? I can't remember. It's a Shiba dog. Look at it. Guys, we found the Boxster and Cayman section right over here. Oh yeah, baby. My favorite section. Right up. Oh my god. No offense to anyone that owns these cars, but yeah, we're just gonna keep on moving. So we're at the Michelin stand. Check out all the different PTS colors here. Now this is pretty sick. It's probably my favorite ones right here. I don't know the official Porsche names. I don't know really much of anything Porsche, but here we go, guys. We got all the PTS colors right here at the Michelin stand. Which one is your favorite? That one's pretty nice actually on the GT2 RS. But this one right here is like a mint green. This is sick. I can rock this. Check out the interior of this roof CTR2. Pretty damn sick. And check out the wing. It's pretty damn big, guys. Hold on. Oh yeah. We're doing some license plate spotting here, guys. Check this guy out. Mint GTS on the Porsche GTS. There you go. And of course, got a white Speedster on white wheels. Not too shabby. This is a huge improvement from the Porsche Cayenne and Boxster parking lot right over there. So we're here at the Michelin stand. And of course, the one and only Mother's Polish. And of course, we got the Cayenne S Trans-Siberia with the orange wheels and a matching GT3 RS. I'm having a shout over all the cars racing around Laguna Seca, so I do apologize if this audio isn't coming out to be tip-top, but I'm doing my best here, guys. You're gonna stand out in the sea of Porsches, guys. You're gonna have to have a PTS color or be a baller like this guy with a roof RT Roadster. Check out the paint. It's hard to see. It's kind of like a rainbowish tint, matte paint. We got the whiteout crew, all GT3s. How the hell do you differentiate which one is your car? You gotta get a PTS color like this GT3 RS on Montana place, baby. Got Marcus hooking it up. I would have just walked past this thing, but this is a PCA 60th anniversary 911 Carrera GTS. It's quite the mouthful. Check out the ducktail right here and the wheels. This is limited edition to only people in the PCA club. So yeah, got the 40th anniversary 911. We got the 50th anniversary 911. We got the 60th anniversary of PCA. Another one here. We found the 918s and the yeah, it's not looking too hot. Not a lot of diversity in colors like the GT3s or the GT3 RSs and the 911 turbos that we saw earlier. And there's only a handful of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 918s. We were here a couple years ago and they were like 17, 18, 20. I don't really remember, but yeah. And the color schemes on these 918s, honestly, it's a snooze fest. All right, we got a silver Carrera GT and we got a golf cart crash happening over here. What the fuck? It's in like the marsh. Oh my goodness, hold on, let's take a look. What is going on? How the hell did they get it in there? What the fuck?
We will resume this practice.
That is probably the most interesting thing that we've seen besides the Shiba dog at Rennsport Reunion. So you're probably wondering at this point in the video, effspot, what the hell do you mean that YouTube does not care about Porsches? Now, what I mean by that is, now, I'm not a big fan of the brand because I think all the cars look the same to some respect, but I do appreciate the different special editions, the PTS colors and what have you. But when it comes to YouTube specifically, if you have a Porsche on your channel, it's pretty much RIP. I'm not saying that you shouldn't hate or not get a Porsche specifically because people on YouTube don't appreciate them. What I mean is that if you want to grow on YouTube and you get yourself a Porsche, I hate to say it, but Porsche is just not the brand that's going to catapult your channel to the next level. People aren't going to be like, oh, I wish I was the guy with a Porsche. Now, if you say Lamborghini or something like that, maybe even a McLaren to a certain extent, that's different. It's called the Lambo effect on YouTube, guys. You get a Lambo, boom, your channel grows. Just think about all the other YouTubers who have a Lambo and how that catapulted their channels to the next level. You don't really see anyone with a Ferrari or Aston Martin or even McLaren. Well, McLaren to a certain extent, because I hate to say it, the doors, they go up. Still meandering through yet another parking lot full of Porsches. We got two Sceners right here, one in yellow with a blue interior, and this one's got orange wheels, light blue with a slight burnt orange interior, looking on point, guys. Quite the lineup here at Rensport Reunion. But like I said, Porsche for YouTube, not the best car to have for your channel if you want to grow. And honestly, neither is Jag, because really nobody really knows what a Jag SVR is, aside from, you know, a select few or people who are in the automotive space. If you're just a casual person on YouTube who's not in the car scene, you're not going to really know what a Jag SVR is, let alone any of these Porsches. So it's definitely brand recognition at its finest. Lamborghini being top dog. You get a Lambo, expect your channel to grow. And we got a beautiful GMG GT3 RS right over here. So, oh, and a green one. All right, here we go, guys. This is the successor to the 911R. It is the GT3 Touring, the 911T. Now, this is a 0.2 model, so it is basically a newer and improved version of the 911R. It basically made the 911R prices RIP. I don't really know what color combination or color code this is, but it's pretty damn nice. But yeah, this is the reason why Porsche 911Rs have dropped so much in prices. Guys, check this out. What is this? It's called a Spooner. It's like a fake Scener? I don't know. Porsche Speedster. Nice. There it is, GT1. The Le Mans winning GT1. You just missed the parade lap. That's nice. RSR. Hey, there it is. That's pretty sick too. Got the new Panameras with a bunch of Porsche liveries. It's got the pink pig livery, and it says, "Please do not pet." It's got the Martini livery on this one as well. The 935, brand new here, guys. At Laguna Seca, 1/77. Looks like they're taking out all the historic Porsches out on the straightaway here at Laguna Seca for a photo shoot. Let's get a closer look here. Hold on a second. Nice. I think they just started up the 935 up there. It's a massive crowd. And me being me, I'm just too lazy to care, so I'm just casually strolling. I'll get there in time, guys. Don't worry. I got you guys. Hold on. I'm going to utilize that AX53 zoom. Hold on. Hey. Now, just to backtrack to my original title of why nobody cares about Porsches on YouTube, at least in my experience, every time I put a Porsche in the thumbnail or the title, honestly, it doesn't get a lot of views. Now think of this. Do you know any YouTuber that has any cool Porsche that has grown significantly or taken off? I can't really think of anybody. It's usually the Lambo effect, like talked about earlier in the parking lot. So anyways, there it is, guys. Rensport Reunion number 6 wrapped up in the books. Now we're following Max, showstopping Max. I think we're gonna check out Carmel real quick, get some car week vibes going on, and probably head back to Los Angeles. So many thanks to Marcus for assisting us in identifying a lot of the rare and very specific one-off Porsches that you saw in the video. So many thanks to them. Check out his Instagram right over here on the upper right hand corner. I think I'm the only one that brought a Prius to a Porsche event, so oh well. Dude, check out this parking. He just abandoned his truck and his trailer there. What a dick.